Good morning, Pre-PT Nation. We want to thank our follower for this great tip request question asking about when is the best time to submit your PTCAS application if you are applying to a program that participates in rolling admissions. For those of you who don't know, rolling admissions is essentially a first come, first serve application format that DPT programs use to get as many applicants as possible as soon as possible. So effectively, rolling admissions means that maybe that program has a program-specific deadline that's like the hard stop that you can apply by, but the sooner you apply, the sooner that program is going to evaluate you and potentially offer you an acceptance offer or an interview invite. So if there's programs that you're applying to that participate in rolling admissions, I highly recommend that you apply early, but there's some caveats with that. You want to make sure that your application is at its strongest when you are applying. So if, for instance, you're retaking several prerequisite classes over the summer, I'm not going to submit my application until after those prerequisite courses have posted to my transcript. I've sent that transcript to PTCAS, and then I go ahead and submit my application. That's just one example about in a previous video, we talked about the timing of your application and why that's so important and to make sure that your application is at its strongest. So assuming you don't have any retakes or your application is at its strongest, you want to submit your application as soon as possible. And that just lets that program know that you are organized, that you can get your application entered and submitted. There are other programs that don't participate in enrolling admissions, and they are only going to start evaluating applicants after their program deadline has been passed. So as long as you've submitted your application before that program deadline, the program is then going to begin evaluating applicants after the deadline passes. And they certainly may do some evaluation beforehand, but rolling admissions, if I submit my application today, it's going to show up in their queue. They're going to look at it as soon as possible, make a determination about whether or not they're going to extend an interview invite or an acceptance offer, and then go from there. So in general, yes, it's obvious, but as soon as possible when it comes to rolling admissions programs. As long as your application is at its strongest, submit as soon as possible. Now, some people think that the speed at which you apply is more important than the quality of your application. I disagree with that. I think you should strive to do both. Have the strongest application you can entered as soon as you can. If you have particular questions about your application timeline, or you're struggling to figure out when you need to submit your application, if you have retakes or you have other outstanding prerequisites regarding maybe the GRE, observation hours, different things like that, go ahead and feel free to send us a DM and inquire about our industry-leading pre-PT consultation coaching services, where we help you maximize your opportunities for acceptance into a DPT program by helping you create a personalized application plan that will help you to be successful. Thanks so much. Have an awesome rest of your Wednesday. Take care and happy applying.